E buongiorno a tutti e benvenuti a questo nuovo stream con inizio dedicato interamente a Cyberpunk 2077. Ciao Riccardo Susulisse e ciao King98SR, benvenuto, benvenuta, immagino King, quindi benvenuto. Andiamo a fare un SEO al nostro Ulisse e qui in chat. Già si funziona. L'SEO non è andato sopra. Devo metterlo sopra. Aspetta. Ok. Riproviamo un attimo se va. I moti del canale non mi interessate. Allora. Vediamo se appare sopra adesso. Lo vedo al cellulare perché sullo schermo non ce l'ho. Ok, perfetto, è andato. L'audio dovrebbe andare bene. Stiamo restreamando ovviamente il REDstreams di Projekt Red. Stanno facendo su YouTube e su Twitch. Ricky, basta lo sta Astrobot. Ormai se vuoi giocare a un gioco, gioca al vero Astrobot, ovvero Super Mario Galaxy. Che cazzo. Sto scherzando ovviamente. Sì, King, ho messo come categoria Cyberpunk ovviamente perché eventi speciali, questo è uno stream dedicato interamente a Cyberpunk, un po' inutilmente eventi speciali, cioè. La gente si aspetta la visuale in terza persona, io mi dico, ragazzi, cosa avete di problemi in testa? Aspettarvi che CD Projekt Red riscriva tutto il codice per avere la terza persona, cioè un minimo, neanche tanto, però un minimo di materia cerebrale ci vuole. Che 2 minuti e 13. Domani prepariamoci a Donkey Kong Balanza, mi raccomando. No, fammi entrare il carica batterie prima che si scarica il cellulare come ieri. Attimo. La modalità mouse? Ah, per Paulino dice, ok, sì. O per cosa? Per cosa stai dicendo, Ricky? C'è gente che c'ha già il gioco, tra l'altro, Bananza. Non è molto corretto come cosa. Tra parentesi. Cyberpunk la modalità mouse dovrebbe funzionare, credo. Non ho il gioco su Switch 2 perché, beh, c'ho già su PC e spendere 70 euro. No. Non me ne voglio a CD Projekt Red, hanno fatto un ottimo lavoro mettendolo tutto sulla cartuccia, però 70 euro per la versione Switch 2 non... no. Manca un minuto. Io in precedenza già ho fatto diverse analisi sulle versioni nuove di Cyberpunk. Alcune sono già ancora presenti su YouTube, nel nuovo canale. Ho fatto un playthrough integrale del gioco, però purtroppo un po' perso purtroppo negli ultimi tempi tutti gli aggiornamenti, però vabbè. Ah vabbè, ma Cyberpunk secondo me Ricky, solo che tu col PC che hai è un po' così, non lo so. Ricorda che comunque puoi anche collegare un mouse normale alla Switch 2 per far funzionare la funzionalità mouse nei giochi, quindi 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Si parte. Cyberpunk! Oh boy. Oh. Nuovi veicoli e missioni per sbloccarli. Ok. Autoguida e il servizio taxi della main? Oh, personalizzazione? Opzioni per la modalità foto espansa? Ok, ok. Sì, anche la tastiera mi sembra, sì. Ok. E altro da scoprire. Attenzione. VRR su console. Oh mio Dio, troppo testo. Venuti all'aggiornamento 2.3. Eccoli qua.
Hello, welcome
Giusti i
back
sottotitoli.
in Night City. I
Non
know
ci sono i
you've been
sottotitoli.
waiting for this stream to happen, so
Cazzo.
welcome once again. I'm Amelia Koziska, I'm a senior
Ah.
community manager here at the Projekt Red, and yes, we will talk about 2.3 today. My guests are, as always,
Ma sto un po'
my
volume,
lovely
alzo un
Zara.
po' da
Hi
YouTube,
guys,
che se
thank
non
you for
sento
having me
niente.
as always. It's a pleasure to be here.
Ok.
And we also have super cool guest Pavel Sasko is joining us.
Oh,
One and
Pavel.
only.
Quello che fa anche
Again,
stream su
great to
Twitch,
see
lui.
you again. I haven't been here for some time, so I'm super excited. We're gonna talk about.
Mi dici se il mio volume è troppo alto, cioè
And
come
we
volume
have
rispetto
a new
all'audio
face
del
joining
desktop.
us today, so please welcome from Virtuous Game, Adrian.
Vintoschi, oh, ok.
Thank you.
Deve essere quelli che hanno portato, se
Super
non,
thrilled
se
to
non
be here.
erro, anche Joe su Switch.
Yeah.
Mi
So
sembra.
you guys already saw our mini trailer of the update 2.3. It teased some of the changes, some of the additions that we're giving. I already jumped the gun and announced the date before, but it needed some more time to cook. So it is coming tomorrow to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
Oh, arriva
Yeah,
domani
and
insieme alle versioni
to
Mac.
also join the family with 2.3 update, but we need a few more hours, few more times, few more days. We'll see. But it's coming, so stay tuned. On our social media, we'll let you know what's happening.
And it's also coming to one new platform that we've never been at before, Mac.
Arriva anche su
So yeah,
Macintosh.
it's the family's
Interessante.
growing, obviously.
Dopo tutti sti anni.
You know, obviously we have
La gente voleva anche Linux,
team
però.
with us today. So if you could maybe remind
C'è
our
Windows.
viewers, our players, what you guys do.
Sure. So Virtuous is a game development company, and our main thing is we are helping and supporting other studios to create their game, and we help them with that. And we already did some partnership with Ubisoft, EA Games, Arcane,
Vabbè,
and
quasi sta
many more
presentando
other studios.
semplicemente,
And
quindi.
we are super happy to work with you right now on Cyberpunk, and yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
and it's a pleasure really to work with Virtuos. We've been collaborating for some time. This is like a great team, like really talented crew.
Okay.
And yeah, they work together on us on 2.2 with us on 2.2, and now.
Non ci ha lavorato su
Yeah,
2.2.
and shout out to the team, which is probably looking right now
Yeah.
live.
Yes, guys. Today, this stream, we are live with you. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat.
Sono in
and we will try to
diretta
answer
stavolta.
the
Per
ones
una
that we
volta
can.
sono in diretta,
Yeah,
wow.
we have the big team in the chat, so
Questa è
shout
la
out to
prima
all the
volta
rest
che
of
sono
the
in
community
diretta.
team and also our moderators, helping to gather the questions, have fun with you guys. So expect some polls, some cool comments here and there, and yeah, like Alisa mentioned, drop the questions in the chat. We also drop patch notes right after the stream, so you can read it.
Subito dopo
after
ci saranno anche
we're
le patch
done
notes,
in
ottimo.
here.
Okay. So
Ottimo.
let's start off. We won't keep you here too long. Pavel, let's start with
Okay.
like the main thought between this update.
Vediamo cosa
what's
c'è in
the
questo
idea?
aggiornamento
Yes,
principalmente.
so the thing is that with Cyberpunk 2077, we believe that the game is already in a pretty good place. And what we wanted to do is really like give you things that would make you actually feel that it brings enough novelty to the game. It brings some fresh air, and it makes you.
Portare la
want to
frescata, c'è
replay
la
the
boccata
game.
d'aria fresca al
In the
gioco,
same time,
ok.
we want to address some of the requests that the guys
E alcune
had.
richieste che la chat
throughout
ha
this,
chiesto. Beh, che tutto
meeting today, we'll be outlining some
Hanno-
of
tutti
those.
hanno richiesto.
And a lot of them will be focused around vehicles and traversing the world. I'm not going to tell you more because I don't want
I
to
negozi
spoil
e
it. We have a
attraversamento
lot
nel mondo,
more,
ok.
details to tell you. We believe that this update will actually make the game feel to play even better. And there's like a couple features that I'm really particularly excited about and cannot wait to tell you more.
Nice. So let's start with something that everyone already knows, Crystal Code and Twin Tone. So maybe let's remind everyone how those work, and then we can talk a little bit more about those.
So the twin tone tech was introduced in 2.2 as a partnership from Rayfield with other brands, luxurious, sporty brands of cars, and basically
Quindi
with
personalizzazione della
2.3 we
macchina.
expanded this. So right now we can you can customize even more vehicles. You can customize
Puoi personalizzare più veicoli,
more
ok.
sport car, more partner brands, but you've got also a hacked version of this feature, which is available for lower-end vehicles like the Marmai, the Galena.
Puoi anche hackerare i
Right
veicoli
now you
per
can
personalizzarli.
customize more than 23, even more cars than before, which means you
23
can
altre
customize
macchine.
almost all the cars of the game, basically,
Quasi
with
tutte
a
quelle del
few
gioco.
exceptions.
Amazing. I've been waiting for a pink Mai for almost 5 years.
That's actually true. Like I remember a couple times getting messages about like, hey, can we like do something to customize the My. So now.
I mean, our next step is
My,
to weaponize
my,
My.
Ah no, aspetta, non è Zelda questo.
When it comes to the lore part, because I like touching that just to make sure that like every component in our game.
Adesso sto parlando della storia, cioè, che senso ha averlo nella storia sta cosa?
Every really part of the game is telling a story. So in here, as Adrian introduced to you, like we believe that at this point it doesn't make sense for the lower end cars to just have partnership with Rayfield. So that's why we introduced a hacked version of the Crystal Code.
Quella versione hackerata di sta comunità, perché ovviamente quelli che hanno non hanno tanti soldi, come fanno ad avere una partnership con questa società, no? Quindi una versione hackerata di questa cosa.
Staying lore accurate, and that's really, really important for us. And I think from a perspective of our intention, actually right now, every vehicle in the game that doesn't contain it, doesn't support it, is already not supposed to. So for instance, like the
Quindi
Nomad vehicles are a great example,
le macchine che non lo hanno non dovrebbero averlo. Quindi per esempio quelle dei nomadi non ha senso se i nomadi non usano, no?
What we try to do, we try to make sure that the whole like palette of cars, whole buffet of cars that we deliver to you as a player, they all have differences, right? Some of them are weaponized, some have
Alcune
some have
armi,
some have Gatling guns,
anzi razzi,
some
wow.
have crystal coat, some have twin tone, some have none. All kinds of versions, and hopefully you can find something for you.
Ognuno può piazzare il
sum up,
proprio
we
tipo
have,
di
like,
macchina, quella che
32
sceglie, insomma.
vehicles
Ok.
that can use twin tone and
Finalmente
crystal
una...
codes, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we will show you guys a little bit of
Quindi
again,
puoi
how it
letteralmente
actually works
trasferirti
for my- Alicia's favorite car.
il colore, la
Finally.
personalizzazione della macchina sulla tua macchina.
You can see that it's actually
Basta
correct,
scansionarla.
correct technology via the UI.
Correct. Yes, it's actually like we try to like.
Vi ho messo a 720 perché sennò altrimenti mi lagherebbe tutto lo stream, quindi.
Players love that stuff, so we really made sure that it feels a little
Figata.
abstract, a little glitchy,
Soltanto 150 Eddie, tra l'altro, neanche niente di che.
Yeah, as always, I really appreciate those lore beats that you put into those features, that you actually think about it, how it would work in the world of Cyberpunk. So new cars is one thing, but also we've been adding some more paint jobs. And I know that you don't remember the exact numbers. I have the cheat sheet here, yeah? So we have 205 generic paint jobs and 168
tipi
unique paint jobs added to the traffic.
di lavori di dipinto, insomma, e stesso numero per quelli già pronti. Mamma mia, che roba.
Customize and really feel, that you can do pretty much whatever you feel like it. And there's more to it even, which we'll speak about in a moment.
Yeah, the goal was to really let you guys scan whatever vehicle you find cool into the traffic.
Quindi puoi scansionare qualsiasi veicolo e personalizzare la macchina come quello.
Apply on your own vehicle and roll with it.
Which
Figo.
is your favorite? Like paint job or...
I love this Sion actually, like the one that we are
Questo qua è molto bello.
Yeah, exactly like
Molto gustosa sembra sta macchina.
To be honest, I really
Come
like driving those vehicles that are a bit.
Sembra una che viene direttamente fuori da Tubiro X,
For
sinceramente.
instance, like I think our FF06 fans will know what I mean. So, things like this. And of course, I think we should point this out. Actually, the motorcycles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anche le
the
moto?
motorcycles also are part of the batch. You can customize them just as you can do with cars. So that's pretty new.
Exactly, and all the motorcycles also got the updated UI. Now it's actually corresponding properly with the shape of a vehicle and so on. That makes this feature really feel complete for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so
actually really cool.
full set of cars, full set of colors. I'm actually jealous of V. I would love to have this feature in real world.
Il mondo reale sarebbe
Different
bello
car
averla.
every day,
Sarebbe bello.
But unfortunately,
Costerebbe...
Maybe in 2077.
maybe.
Nel 2077.
Okay, so
vorremmo le macchine volanti, siamo ancora a terra
any
invece.
vehicle to look like any vehicle, but we also have new vehicles that we're adding in this patch. Can you maybe tell us a bit more about those new
Altri
cars?
veicoli?
Yeah, we've got 3 new cars and 1 new motorcycle. One of them being the Yaiba Sumimaru,
Bella.
which you might be aware of and you might know, which is coming from the comic book Kickdown.
Exactly. I wanted to point this out. Like you see it here on the screen. So this is a Kickdown comic book. Actually, like we do badass comic books, by the way. If you didn't read them, really try it. I love them. But this is the Kickdown, as Adrian said, and we actually included a little of a hint for you guys if you maybe paid attention. So we go to the last page of that comic book. There is actually a Yaiba Senimaru picture that we included here already some time ago. Just to give you a little of a foreshadowing.
Quindi l'anteprima l'avevano messa già
How much you're
sul
paying
libro.
attention to what we are doing in various media. I know that some of you are. I didn't see this on Reddit though, so I'm a little disappointed. I have to say, Reddit.
Nessuno in Reddit l'ha detto che c'era sta cosa.
We're doing a lot of stuff you are missing.
So it's not enough to just follow the game. You have to follow everything coming.
Non devi seguire solo il gioco, devi seguire tutto il media relativo al gioco.
Yeah, and if you actually want to read that comic book, you have the link in the description on YouTube, so you can.
C'è anche il
go
link
and
in
check it
descrizione per
out.
leggerlo.
There is a comment
Pensavo che era a
on Twitch,
pagamento.
Explanation mark Dark Horse, so you can see it for yourself.
Dark Horse,
Coming back
ok.
to the cars.
Sure.
Sono quelli che hanno fatto
As
anche
you may
molte
have seen,
dei
second
libri di
before,
Zelda
we
in
also
italiano.
have,
In inglese,
Legacy
più che altro.
truck called Chevillon Legacy Aquila.
Ok, sì,
which
però
is a
toglieteli
normal
di
truck,
mezzo così
so
si vedrebbe
first
meglio,
of
no?
its kind. And you right now have the new motorcycles, which is the Yaiba Muramasa, which is the first customizable motorcycles also.
Yep.
And the fourth vehicle is the Caliburn Mordred, Rayfield Caliburn Mordred.
Correct.
So
Yes.
it's also the first vehicle, the first cars to be sports car to be armored. So it's quite
And
wild
weaponized.
to play.
Correct. So like with each vehicle in this update, we have tried to do something a little different and a little new. So as we said, Yaiba Semimaru is the first car from Yaiba, and you can see their design in the way how the car is actually crafted. We are really proud of that design. Our vehicle art team did an amazing job, and our concept artists working on this one. So that's one, but all of the vehicles actually that Adrian talked about, they introduce something new. And Aquila, for instance, that big ass truck is the one that is covered like with graffitis and so on, because we were looking for this
un look nuovo rispetto a tutte le altre.
Energy, in that truck. In the same time, it's also weaponized, right? It's the first weaponized truck that we added. It feels pretty badass to just like go through, enemies, police.
Più cambio, diciamo,
So I hope
con le armi
try
in
that.
questa versione.
And Caliburn is Yorinobu's car, right?
Yes.
Caliburn era la macchina di Yorinobu.
Maybe now we can mention the quests.
Yes.
C'è anche la missione.
You cannot just buy them. You have to
actually
make some effort.
yes, do something.
These new vehicles are introduced through new quest, with the small exception, which is for the truck, which is directly available through the Autofixer, Murama's platform, to selling.
Il truck c'è dei fixer, invece gli altri sono da sbloccare tramite le
The
missioni.
others
Ok.
have small quests that you have to play with to unlock these new vehicles. So for the Sumimaru, you'll have to finish the side quests of River and Claire's side quests. For the Muramasa, you'll have to buy at least one Yaiba product into the Autofixer, and have at least 3 vehicles into bought through the Autofixer too.
Ok.
And all those triggering conditions, you don't have to like take notes right now, even though that would be fun. But you can check them in patch notes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know,
Le
whatever
note
what Adrian said right
sulla
now,
patch
you
diranno
written down
tutto
there,
come
you can take a look,
comprarle,
so don't
come
worry. We
ottenerle.
also made sure that
Ok.
it's pretty intuitive to trigger them, hopefully, so you shouldn't have too much issues to actually get to the quest that will lead you to unlocking those new vehicles and have fun with them.
So, a question from the chat. Tomahawk is asking, do this new vehicle quest count towards 100% completion?
Contano per il
No, they don't.
100%?
Actually, like all the new sort of content that we've been adding post-release, because as I understand, by 100% you're referring to achievements. That's, at least
achievement.
that's how I understand your question. So if you mean that, no, we are not changing the achievements post-release. That can be incredibly confusing for the players and for all the guides that are out there online. We don't want to get you guys be
Quindi
confused
non contano
if
per
you
gli
think that you
achievement,
missed something
ottimo.
and you cannot trigger the achievement. That's the intentional thing on our side, that it is an additional content, after all, added post-release, so it doesn't count to the achievement. That being said, if you want to be a real player, you know, you have to play.
Se essere un vero giocatore
Otherwise, you
devi
cannot say you're
sbloccarle, ci
100%.
sta.
Okay, well, actually, the new cars also, because they are unique, right? In a way, you can get them, in a way, they look like, again, the first car by Yaiba. Will they support Twin Tone and Crystal Code, or are they excluded?
The Sumimaru, the Muramasa, and the Modred are supporting customization.
Quindi la
only the
personalizzazione c'è per
track,
tutte queste?
does not support it.
Exactly, and
track
that's
no.
by design, that's connected to its lore, and if you go into the game and read a little of the note that we left on the auto-fixer page of the history of the vehicle, you understand why. Again, as I mentioned, we always try to make sure that each vehicle has a history, there is a reason why it is in the
ogni
game, and it
veicolo ha
provides you
una
with a different
storia.
variety of how you play, and so on.
Awesome.
So, next new thing that we are adding into this update is something called auto drive. What is it, guys?
Autoguida.
The auto drive.
Che abbiamo
is a
Tesla,
new
praticamente.
Functionality you've got on all your vehicles, motorcycles
veicoli.
and cars included, and that lets you basically drive around without touching the wheel. You can choose any point on the map you want. It also drives you automatically to your destination.
Ti guida in
of
automatico la
quest or,
destinazione.
with a secondary point. And,
Ok.
and it goes into the traffic and
Con
if
l'S,
you're in
per
play,
dire,
it takes
con lo
you
left
where
stick.
you ask him to go.
Exactly, and you just saw it on this footage a moment ago. V goes in that pose that in Polish we call zimny łokieć, which means cold elbow for non-Polish speakers in the chat.
Ciao, penso, sì,
so,
esatto.
V just goes into relaxed pose. Sometimes even joins
Quello
spawns.
può fare come sulla Tesla, se è stato lì tranquillo. V intanto investe tutti la macchina, tanto chi se ne frega, tanto è nei siti. Se non ti abitui all'idea di poter morire ogni 5 minuti,
I really love driving
no
like
problema,
this. It's just much more
problema suo.
relaxing way, but there's more to it, so we'll speak about it more. You can see, of course, on the left side you have the UI that is basically showing this new feature. So think about it like in our world you would get like your CarPlay or AutoPlay or whatever car you're driving would get an update. You would download a software update, and that software update makes some of the software changes in your car.
Aggiornamento alla macchina.
2077 new feature was just shipped to all the vehicles.
Però anche quelli nei nomadi no.
Important thing I think, Adrian, what we should point out here is the fact that you need to be on a road, right?
Devi essere sulla strada per farlo.
You
Ok,
have to,
grazie.
if you try to activate it in a barren wasteland, it won't work. You have got to be on the road at least. And the auto drive support 2 modes. So the first standard one, which takes you to the point you set into the map, and the second one, which is a wandering mode, which means that the vehicle will drive endlessly, just for your own pleasure of
Okay. So
cruising.
Ah, quindi puoi andare tu?
Yeah, you
Ti
can
può
cruise
portare il
nicely
veicolo dove
and
vuole
take a look.
senza la destinazione.
Oh, yeah.
Bello.
We actually saw also something super
Bisogna essere
cool
sulla
on
strada e
that
non,
was just
per esempio, nel
shown,
deserto, in
is
mezzo al
the
deserto,
cinematic
giustamente.
camera. So
Dove non
you
ci sono
can
strade.
basically record a music video with the cinematic camera, right?
Yeah, it's an option you can activate while you are auto driving, and it cycles through different camera angles, so you can see
Qui puoi attivare diverse angolazioni della macchina
in a cinematic way that
per,
was never,
per mentre vai in autoguida.
And
Ok.
that was actually inspired by a lot of videos that you guys made of
Ispirato da
Cyberpunk
video
2077
fatti dai
videos
utenti.
like 4 hours driving in a city.
4 ore a viaggiare per la
thought
città.
about, okay, like people love being in that world and really being immersed in it. So we were, talking with Adrian and thinking like, okay, how we can actually give it to the players in a very like diegetic way, very real.
Come lo possiamo
immersive
dare
way.
all'utente
This is from where the idea
direttamente
of a
noi senza che lo devono fare
and what I love
con
doing
tutta
is, like, put on,
l'interfaccia e
like, let's
tutto.
say,
Ci
jazz
sta.
music, put on the free roaming mode, as Adrian mentioned, and that happens, by the way, if you have no quest point located on your map. If nothing is located and you just press a button to go into auto drive, it will automatically assume that we want to free roam, right? Otherwise, it will just go to whatever point you're pointing it at. And I just love this moment when I can drive through the city. There's like cool weather, cinematic camera showing me various, camera shots and so on. Weather is changing, jazz is playing, and I can play that. And now, guys, instead of watching YouTube with all those recordings, you can just put the game, on a second screen and have it run infinitely, drive around the city forever if you want to.
And even, everyone now
Che
can
tu puoi lasciare sul tuo secondo schermo il gioco che vai, gira e
traveling
intanto
around.
registra
So,
e tu fai altro.
job is up there for grabs,
Oppure godertelo.
Everyone can do that.
Ci vicende stai così e ti godi la
I actually have a
weekend gira in
question
macchina.
because we talked about the
tutta la
cinematic
città.
camera that, we can make videos, really cool videos now. What about photo mode in that?
La
mode?
photo mode,
so
okay.
can I use photo mode during free roam and take a cool picture?
Of course, it works perfectly. You can take your own pic of V driving into the vehicle and with his elbow on the door, and it works. Yeah.
That's very Polish.
Qui si può usare anche la
But-
modalità
but, okay,
foto.
so, if
Mentre
V
c'è questa
doesn't feel
unità
like
tattica.
driving their own car or their own motorcycle, there's always the Delamain, right?
Yeah, if auto drive
And Delamain.
for you, it's too much work. You've got the Delamain, so unlocked after you finish the Delamain side quest. You'll
Quindi
receive
dopo aver
a
sbloccato
text
Delamain
from
con la sua
Delamain,
missione,
providing you with this new service, and you can call him anytime to make a cab appear. You open and you select your destination, and
se sei a destinazione lui
you're
ti porta
being
là.
driven there for a small fee, and that's it.
Vabbè, pagando un
I
po'.
really appreciate
Vabbè.
that we will
Anche
get
se la macchina è
more
nostra
Delamain
tecnicamente.
in the game.
Exactly.
Intelligenza artificiale no,
One, we
però.
have introduced the subway. In patch 2.3, we have introduced the taxi. So as you can see, all the updates that we are doing, we were doing right now, are focused on things that make the world feel more alive, more immersive, more real, really. And we felt that actually
Johnny.
this missing component to really fulfill the Delamain fantasy is really
Che
the
cazzo
fact that you
c'hanno
can just drive
il
around.
loro audio oggi?
Adrian also implemented the fact that you have Johnny sometimes show up next to you so you can chill together like
Grazie
buddies
aver disattivato
and
la musica però
with the Delamain.
nella
So
corsa.
This feature is of course fully supporting everything else that we talked about before here, so you can listen to the music in Delamain as we spoke about.
Yep.
You can also use the cinematic camera as well during that. So as you can see, like when we are introducing new things, we make sure that they all really work well in that ecosystem of the features, and they all feel as intuitive as possible for you as a player. So whatever you would imagine be there, it actually works in a believable fashion. And again, Delamain also needs a road, right? The same as Autodrive.
Delamain ha sempre bisogno della strada, ma va?
Just to be on, because we need you to be on navigation data. Speaking like a game developer, we need you to be on navigation data so we can send that car for you.
Awesome. Is there any time that Delamain or Autodrive will not be available to use apart from, not being on the road?
No, it's pretty much Autodrive is available from the get-go at any point, and
può farlo da qualunque
just
punto,
you've got to
momento.
finish the side quest, and that's it.
Exactly, and that is also in patch notes in case anyone forgets. How to unlock it. It's there.
Yeah, we have all the details for you. They will be available after the stream. It seems on one hand like the future, like 2077, but on the other hand, we already are starting to develop this technology. So it's amazing to see.
Si inizia già a sviluppare nel presente sta cosa.
So we talked about
Volevo vedere come andrà a
cars,
finire.
we talked about Autodrive and taxis. So we have the vehicle part behind us, and now let's go back to my favorite feature, the photo mode, because we're adding so much cool
modalità
shit
foto,
in the
cosa hanno
photo mode,
aggiunto?
right?
So yeah, we implemented a lot of new stuff and expanded also existing features. So for example, you've got right now a new tab called time to implement change of time and weather. You can change the time of the day
l'orario
and
e
you can change the weather around
quindi anche
the
il
scene
tempo
during the
meteorologico.
photo mode
Ok.
to take even better picture and control a bit better the environment.
Poi aggiunge anche
You also
personaggi, guarda
have
qua.
a feature to frame skip to get that perfect action shot during your scene. And of course, we implemented new NPCs. A lot more new NPCs. 27, I think.
I believe.
And among them, like you can see, the Castle Twins. We've got Brendan, we've got Dexter.
I love Brendan, guys. By the way, I cannot wait. You make some.
Bello vedere le luci che le puoi posizionare e poi scompaiono giusto come le
Also, like
fonti
some
di
of other
luce.
player favorites like Rita Wheeler, and of course Aurora and so on. So we'll see what you guys come up with.
And that's not all. For almost all of these NPCs, you've got alternate outfits.
Correct.
New outfits for Johnny, for Judy,
nuovi vestiti per Johnny,
for
Judy.
all the main characters.
Oddio, la
mostly.
luce.
And
Yes, so if you saw like a character in the quest during our game having like a cool fit and you would like to have a picture here, now you have access to it. In most cases,
Qui se il
there are,
personaggio
there might
ha
be
un
minor
vestito
exceptions,
diverso
but in
nella
most cases,
missione,
you have
tu lo
access
puoi
to all the,
mostrare anche
appearances
in
that we
photo
have.
mode.
Yeah, I think what's the coolest thing that we're doing with the photo mode is like we listen to the feedback of our virtual
Sentiamo il
community,
feedback, però la
and
gente
we
vuole la
try to
PS5 Pro
implement
mod.
what they are asking for.
L'update
So this is really
per
cool.
PS5
I
Pro.
think now
Non
the
so
photo
se
mode
glielo
is
daranno
complete.
oggi.
I'm pretty sure it's not. We can still probably, squeeze
We
few
can
things.
find something to
Yeah.
add.
So if there's still anything that you would like to see in photo mode, let us know. So, maybe we can convince this too to actually maybe make another patch for
It's the most feature-heavy photo mode ever made in video games. There's also like a couple other things that we didn't mention, like we made like numerous stickers, numerous frames. Actually, they have like different vibes. You can have your life hubs there included, like cutouts of favorite characters. You can make like things feeling like and looking like a postcard from Night City. It will feel like it's so. With our artists,
tipo anche la modalità cartolina.
Find like different sensibilities that you may have and different vibes of things that you want to create. There's a little things that feel like comic books. Like one of the coolest things that I like, we added some of those, I would say, famous quotes from 2077 that you can add them now, so like you look like a cut of fuckable meat and things like this definitely there. So it was definitely important. So there's bunch of those there. So if you're like creating pictures like this, you can add them and create interesting context. And there's of course all of those emotional quotes as well.
Che citazioni epiche posso aggiungere.
But that's not all, right? We saw at the footage that we had the improved light system. We did some changes to that, right?
Yeah, we improved a lot the ergonomic to control the different lights you can use that we implemented into 2.2. So it's much easier to brighten up your scenes. So yeah, we improved that, and we also right now have new natural poses for V, for all the new NPCs, and the new IK system tied to the look at option.
Oh yeah,
that is actually really powerful, by the way. Yeah, I really love that.
You can create a lot of stuff with that, and that's insane.
Yeah. So the way it works is like you pick a pose, and then you can basically choose a look at, and look at is like, let's say, like directionally where do you want to position your character, but in the same time it keeps the pose that you've chosen, therefore it creates a lot more variety that you can create with those.
Qui con la stessa posa che scegli puoi mettere lo puoi mettere dove vuoi e come vuoi il personaggio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then also I saw a cool tab with all the color thingies where you could change color balance and create basically your own filter.
Bilanciamento di colore.
Color balance.
Quindi seppia magari.
3 new hue bars, so you can control in much more depth than before the tonalities, the colors of your scenes.
Sì, però fatelo vedere intanto lo dite, cioè.
All the aficionado of photography, it's gonna be.
Non capisco che non hanno fatto così, vabbè che sono in diretta, però.
To the tool and not in Photoshop afterward.
Exactly.
Quindi includere la personalizzazione del colore c'è da farlo direttamente in gioco PC Photoshop, soprattutto per chi ha le console.
contests now and again, and we might have something planned for you. So, again,
Oh, we might.
keep your eyes open. There will be cool.
Sui social media ci sono
cool
anche le varie
swags
sfide che
to
vi
get,
dicono
and
se
yeah, we
fate
cannot
un
wait
certo
to
tipo di
events
disegni vi
come
possono
offer.
regalare certe cose.
Yeah. So
The
now
joke.
we have some more of the technical stuff that
E ora la parte tecnica poi.
technology, yes. So there was one thing that a lot of people were commenting about and were requesting. FSR 3.1 frame generation is coming in this update.
Oh, FSR?
And there's we actually collaborated with our partners from AMD. That was like quite important for me to set it up, and they were like a wonderful partner. We worked together on FSR
lavorato con
3.1
AMD
frame
per
generation
aggiungerlo.
and on actually FSR 4, my dears. So Cyberpunk 2077 from
Ciao,
this
Fabri.
point on will support FSR 4. However, there's an important note here to say that this will come in a later date together with the AMD's driver update, right? So please be aware of this. And of course, FSR 4 works for Radeon 9000 generation cards. Have that please in mind.
Quindi
you have to have
FSR
a
funziona solo
hardware
AMD.
to use it. But it will be there.
Yeah, so FSR 3.1 tomorrow together with the patch, and
Ciao,
4
Dante.
once the AMD drivers come out. But that's not everything. We have Intel Access 2.0 and frame generation as well. I think we've done some stuff with frame generation in options in general, or some new settings.
So yes, so this is just yet another one. So we want to support as many new technologies as we can, just to really treat Cyberpunk as a showcase for all kinds of technologies that are there and that you're looking forward to. So we actually collaborated with Intel to implement Access 2.0 and Access 2.0 frame generation, and it's coming in update 2.3. To Cyberpunk, and yeah, I hope you're going to experiment with it, see what are the results, what looks better for you.
Questa era tutta roba solo per PC a quanto pare, che
At this point, Cyberpunk supports so many different options that I hope
Che
you
ora
are
che
going
se
to have
arriva
a
su
lot of
console ste
fun
cose ci vogliono
choosing
certe
and
cose.
checking
Boh,
what
non lo
works
so.
well with what gives you a better picture quality
Okay.
and what fits best your needs as a player.
Yep.
But it's still not everything. I still have HDR 10 plus gaming on my list.
Exactly. So that's yet another thing.
XS,
10 plus
FR,
gaming. This is something that we
e HDR.
semi-supported
Soprattutto
before.
su Switch
Now
2
it's done
adesso,
properly,
quindi.
so you can when you have a proper monitor. And of course, like I encourage you to really check how to properly set it up. You have to enable it. You have to have a proper display to be able
Quindi
to
avere
see it, but yes,
uno
it
schermo
actually
compatibile
also
per
works
l'HDR.
on
Grazie, anche la
Cyberpunk.
Switch ha bisogno
So don't forget
dell'HDR
this is for
sullo
PC
schermo
players,
per
but
farlo.
don't forget the console players, of course. We have VRR on consoles as well.
VRR
So
sulla
right now,
console.
Cyberpunk will support properly the VRR. Before we had a version on Xbox of that, but we revisited the topic, made sure that it's done properly on consoles.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Qui su
If you
tutte le console c'è
understand any of that,
VRR.
good for you. You can just play with the options on your PC and find the best options for you. Those are really cool things to enhance.
Beh, sono tutte
your
aggiunte che
gaming
comunque uno deve avere un PC
And
potente per
one
farlo.
more
Cioè,
thing that we need to
la
talk
radio
about that we
9000
actually
di ultima
announced
generazione per
yesterday,
fare alcune
announced
cose.
the date
Quindi.
yesterday, is that Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition is coming to Mac.
So
Era
it's,
finalmente anche
I
su
like to
Macintosh.
put it on top
Incredibile
of
anche
the
su
game.
Mac.
We
Cioè-
actually have some gameplay prepared for you to showcase how it.
La gente che chiede addirittura su tablet o su cellulare sta roba.
And
Dove lo
don't
metti
forget the game
Cyberpunk
will
su
be
cellulare?
available
Ok, su
through
Switch
Mac
c'è,
App
però su
Store,
cellulare esplode il cellulare in mano.
Steam and Epic Games,
Non ha senso.
Shop. If you already have the game on any of these platforms,
Sono pazzi,
you
cioè.
don't have to buy it again. You can just
E
get
se
it
l'avete
free
già su
and
Steam,
download it on
Epic,
the Mac.
GOG,
Don't
eccetera,
worry.
non dovete ricomprarlo. Grazie.
And here the game
Ci sta
supports
aggiornamento per
features
Mac
like
gratuito.
Ray tracing, frame generation, HDR tuned for Apple XDR displays. And there's many more.
Yes, I mean,
Pavel?
there's a couple more things, of course. So, as if you are like a user of the Mac, what you expect? You expect probably a support for Magic Mouse. That's of course done. We also support full cross progression. So, if you've been playing on any console or any PC or really anything,
Ecco, un'altra cosa ovviamente che se già stai giocando su Windows o su console, il salvataggio si trasferisce automaticamente su fra le varie piattaforme. Ed è una cosa che è raro vederlo. Cioè, io su Ubisoft ho visto soltanto il principessa dello Scrowl, per dire, che con Ubisoft Connect li puoi trasferire i salvataggi fra console, PC e altre console.
Yeah. So, guys, we know a lot of you have been asking about the Mac version. It's gonna be here finally tomorrow.
Arriva
Keep in
domani,
mind,
sì,
it's
è
for
l'aggiornamento
Apple Silicon
2.3.
Max, so the one with the Apple chipset, and it's 60 gigabytes plus. So,
Yeah.
at least 16 gigabytes.
All the details.
16
the
GB di RAM, vabbè.
are also posted on our socials.
Ci vuole
on the
comunque
support
anche,
page, so make sure to check it out.
un
just
Mac
to
buono
make
per
sure that
giocarlo, ma ci sta.
Your Mac can run Cyberpunk 2077.
All right. So I think we went through all of the biggest changes, the biggest additions. Maybe let's sum up it very quickly. So we have
Abbiamo il riassunto.
enhanced crystal code and
Ci sarà qualcosa
Dream
di
Town.
grosso che
Almost
annunciano,
all of the
dai.
cars right now, the ones that make
Finora
sense, of course. We
poca
have
roba,
4 new
purtroppo.
cars and some additional
C'è
cars.
stato l'annuncio della
On
seconda
top of
stagione di
that,
Runners,
we have
almeno quello si sa.
Autodrive.
Yes. I think it's going to be my favorite way to travel. We have auto drive. We have taxi system for you.
Sì, non fate come Capcom che dicono vi annunciamo questo, quest'altro, facciamo il riassunto, finisce lì lo stream.
Whenever you're driving and you feel like, it's a good time to take a selfie.
Faremo voi Nintendo che alla fine mette la cosa grossa. Nel direct abbiamo visto Balanza, tipo cose
as well, like, you heard FSR
valgono.
3.1, FSR 4 later this year. So, there's quite a lot of things.
Cioè alla fine il direct di annuncio della Switch 2 è proprio quello di annuncio. C'è stato Balanza come annuncio. Imparate a Nintendo.
Yes, I was just wondering if people had some questions.
L'altra volta c'è
Yeah, we
Xenoblade
have
3.
Servant, for example, asking how does autodrive behave in traffic? Like, are we endless?
Come funziona col
waiting at
traffico
red lights?
l'autoguida?
Does it follow, like traffic rules?
It follows traffic rules.
Segue
It stops
le
at
regole
red
del traffico.
light, like a
Ok.
good citizen.
Quindi si ferma anche ai rossi.
City, good citizen.
And unlike all the Vs that are driving around.
Yes.
Qui non
That
sbattono,
being
non
said,
sbattono con gli
we
altri.
put, like some work in to make sure there's not a frustrating experience, right? So because like as I understand the subtext in your question is it gonna be fucking frustrating to wait? Well, hopefully it won't. We paid attention to this and made sure that it actually goes smoothly, but it follows the traffic lights because otherwise you would be constantly crashing your car into other cars if it wouldn't. So that's kind of what happens.
Non voglio che fate incidenti con le altre macchine in autoguida.
Follow the traffic lights. That being said, we try to make it that it's not annoying, that it feels fluid, that it feels smooth.
Sembra
but
fluida e
every
non
time when you see
è un
it stop and so
rompimento.
on, in most cases, it is
No,
because
purtroppo no, Dante, niente macchina da scontro.
So on top of that, another question about autodrive. Digirov is asking, when you set up automatic driving, aren't you at risk of being attacked?
Yeah, definitely you can. And if you are in combat, the auto
Se sei in combattimento,
disengage, so you can undo this before continuing to cruising. So yeah, it just stops the auto drive if you're being attacked.
Okay, so you can take
se viene attaccato si
charge
ferma.
of your car.
correct. And with Adrian, we did a little magic behind the scenes to make sure that if you're in a free roaming mode and you're listening to your jazz or whatever, and you're like enjoying the rain in Night City, that they won't bust your ass nonstop. Okay, so let's say the combat can happen because like again, it's a hostile environment, dystopian world, and so on. But we know like that you guys sometimes just want to have good time in Night City driving, so we didn't want to make it annoying. So we have fine-tuned it a little. Again, if you drive into the combat, well,
viaggio in combattimento non succede, però durante il viaggio normale non hanno esagerato troppo. Sei sicuro? Immagini, ti stai godendo il tuo bel viaggio e entri dentro la combattimento fra gang di Night City. No.
I think this is it. Like,
Basta,
if you
finito.
have any more questions about the patch, you can always check out the patch notes that will be published on our website right after this stream. And also just check out the patch tomorrow.
Yeah.
E penso non sto andando neanche a guardarle adesso, le guarderò poi con calma più tardi, perché adesso voglio giocare a Kirby. Cielo. E leggere le patch non si come ho fatto una volta in stream non è una noia, quindi. Però non so neanche se ci sono in italiano le patch notes, quindi.
Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, Mac as well, and Switch 2 will follow.
Soon after.
Yeah, that's
La
right.
Switch 2 arriva un po' più tardi perché
So,
c'è i controlli da fare alla
anything that you
della
would like
Switch
to,
2 prima che
say to
rilasciano
our
le patch.
community at the end of this
Ci mette
stream?
qualche giorno per controllare la Nintendo,
Super
da quello
happy
che
to
so,
be
quindi ci
here
sta.
with you. It's a privilege, and yeah, I
Niente,
hope you
finito.
will enjoy this content, all this content for this patch, and yeah, go rogue.
Thank you so much, Pablo. How about you?
My Chooms, I mean, I love how excited you were about 2.3, like this all speculation and so on. It was great. I watched every video you guys made. I love your imagination. It's awesome. You know, it's honestly an insane pleasure. It's and a privilege, as Adrian said, to have a community that fucking gives a shit. You know, it's really, really.
Non ha problemi di
really valuable for us,
l'F-word,
because we do it for you, right?
tranquillo lui proprio.
What we do it for, like,
Tanto lo
being
stream è
actually
loro,
making
che gliene
cookie
frega.
patch. If no one will care, then you know it's just disheartening. So it's super awesome that I see your excitement. You know, maybe when you don't get everything right, you know, with your predictions, that's okay. You know, you'll learn.
Tanto la priorità terza persona non ci sarà mai.
You know,
New
a
Game
lot of
Plus
you guys are
sarebbe troppo un casino
Enjoy it,
implementare e
my
cambiare
dears.
tutto,
Much love.
tutto il bilanciamento del gioco per il New Game Plus. È inutile.
Fantastic time.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for.
Però quando
watching
arriverò a
us.
PC prima o
And thank you
poi,
for playing
quando
the
la
game.
situazione Nintendo si calma, che c'è un
It's
po' di
always
calma,
amazing,
rifare
and it's really difficult
tutta la
to
partita di
imagine
Cyberpunk
that
in
it's
live
almost
sarebbe
been
stupendo,
5
secondo
years
me.
that we've been doing it. Like, I mean, we've been doing it even longer, but with you playing.
We'll get to the 5th anniversary.
Yeah, I know.
When the time is right. So yeah, once again, thank you, Paolo, thank you, Adrian, for joining us today. Thank you, everyone on the other side of the screen, for joining us as well, for sending the questions, your
Ciao, ciao.
comments. If you have any questions left, like Alicia
Beh, ora
mentioned,
dovrò
let us
comunque
know,
staccare sta
on social
parte
media,
e
on our forums,
risettare
Discord,
tutto per Kirby,
whenever-
quindi
wherever you can find us.
anche se lo farò in
Let us
live
know how
perché
you enjoyed the patch
se no non posso
tomorrow.
vedere l'anteprima.
And on that note, me and Alicia will see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
See you guys. As always.
guys.
It was a pleasure.
Cyberpunk!
Before you wheels. Let me just chill a sec.
Good morning, V. Thank you for choosing the Delamain service.
Adesso c'era il video con l'audio finalmente. Adesso mi sembra che non c'era neanche la musica. Sì, ma no, vabbè, neanche, sì, tre quarti, neanche 40 minuti è durata, che conta che è iniziato praticamente alle 4, no, alle 5, quindi, vabbè. Cambiamo visuale, allora disattiviamo the desktop. Esci Cyberpunk. Grazie per averci seguito e alla prossima.